Make sure it's like
You have to stop talking. And we're back.
We're back.
Another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy, and I'm your host, Haley Kobza.
And I'm Lena. I'm so glad you introduced yourself this time.
I know.
You're such
It's
a big girl.
Hard. It's so hard. Anyways, so, I was telling you. So I'm teaching a class this semester.
Okay, talk to me.
And it's college success. And I'm not taking like the curriculum as like success. I'm teaching things that like, or like I don't know, things that just have been forgotten about.
Yeah.
Just how to be a better human, basically.
Exactly. Common courtesy, life skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gratitude
Yep.
was our biggest thing today.
Fabulous.
So we watched a TED Talk.
Ooh.
Yes.
You'll have to share that with me.
It was
I wouldn't mind seeing
it was
Okay,
good. And it was about this lady that did, how many days in a year? 365?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So she did this 365-day gratitude challenge where she took a picture of something that she was grateful for every single day. So and it could have been something very, very small. Like one of the pictures was like her daughter saying, "Hey, Mom, I'll help you down the stairs," and holding her hand, things like that. And so we watched this video, and then I went on the topic of like, you usually learn how not to be grateful until something happens. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, or you watch something, or you hear something, and then it's like, I need to be more grateful. So we worked on that and the power of thank you. And just like the process of writing thank you cards.
Oh.
And so I asked everybody, I was like, who's wrote a thank you card? One kid raised his hand.
Out of how many?
15.
Shut the door.
I was like, yeah, probably for graduation, right? And he's like, oh no. He's like, my mom makes me write thank you cards for Christmas, for birthdays. And I'm like,
good job, Mom, whoever that mom is.
Yes. I'm like, we would be besties.
Yes.
And so we,
are any of your volleyball girls in this class?
Yes, there's two of them. So I was like, you girls really listen. Because one of my biggest things with thank yous and coaching, and I've coached now for 12 years, and I can probably count on two hands how many thank you cards I have been given from my players.
What?
Which, like, does that tell me that I'm a horrible person? Or, like, that they don't appreciate me? Because those are the things that it's a lost art. But yet, like, I know my players, I think they like me. We still communicate, but like they forget about like those small things, like a thank you card.
Right.
So today we wrote letters in the class, and everybody had to write the first person that came to their mind that they were thankful for, but not just a card. It was a letter.
Amazing.
And it was like, I didn't read them, and I'm mailing them to them because we're going to write letters every single week. And some of them like wrote their moms or their dads. Oh, it was pretty cool.
I might steal on that because my volleyball girls, obviously I haven't been doing it as long as you have, but because I'm so young, they have to write a thank you card to their parents because I feel like without their parents, they wouldn't be doing the majority of what they're doing.
Exactly.
And so, but I think I need to have them mail it.
Yes.
Because I think that's even more special for a parent to receive it in the mail.
Exactly.
Not just their kid to kind of like drop it in their lap in the midst of like arguing over doing the dishes or something.
And I have some kids that are students that actually live in McCook, and they're like, I'll just give it to them. I was like, no, I'm going to mail it to them.
Yeah,
like,
that's beautiful.
Fine.
Beautiful.
But then the other part of it is the fact that they don't know how to address envelopes.
Oh, hamburger helper.
And I hope that this student is listening to this because he's like, do you have a sticker for me to put on this?
Stop.
I was like,
we call those stamps.
Yes. I'm like, that's like 55 cents a stamp.
Depending on the day, I feel like, I don't know, it could be going up.
Same kid also addressed it with no name on it. I'm like, oh, who's this going to?
Oh, please say he was maybe from a different country.
No, he's from McCook. So.
Oh, did you say that? Did you? Oh, my.
So here I'm like, okay, listen up. I won't say his name, but
okay, that's good.
I was like, oh, so like I had to write it up on the board, like how to address. And it was just like, so do we write the whole state out? Like it was just so, which I'm like, we're going to do this all the time.
Oh my goodness.
But then I'm going to share this funny video because I was talking to our guest about, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to take this writing a step further.
Yep.
And we're going to do some pen pals.
I had a pen pal in 4th grade.
Exactly. I had a pen pal too. And this guest was like, oh, what's a pen pal? I've heard of that before.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea. So I'm like, what? That was like the most fun. Like I remember having a pen pal with my sister's class that she taught in Texas.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And see, my roommate, my freshman year of college, lives in Japan. And she has one younger daughter. I mean, she has 3 kids, but one of them's kind of close to and we've talked about having her write my girls, like writing being pen pals. I think it'd be beautiful. That? Yeah.
And I even like our students that I have, like they want to send some letters like back home. And they're like, it's international. I was like, I don't care. Like, a letter is such a cool thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I will pay for the stamp.
Yes.
It does not matter. Or
it's
however
beautiful.
much it costs.
Yeah, whatever. Yep.
But anyways, okay, that's my little rant.
Yeah.
That last episode was adorable.
Yeah.
Little steamers.
Oh, our little steamers. So cute.
Trip needs to work on it, but
well,
your kids did great.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. And we kind of have like I don't know what we'll call this one today. She's not like a little steamer, but
she's not. She's an adult, I'm assuming, by age.
About to that point.
Yeah.
She should start acting like it.
Well, she has her moments.
Yeah.
As we all do.
Today, I'm sorry, I'm sick too. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So today in studio, she's been on here once before, a long, long time ago when I started this, but she did horribly on the mic. So we've had a little chat about that.
Okay.
She needs to stay close to the mic.
Yeah.
But in studio with us, we have a soon to be 2023 graduate of McCook Community College, Victoria Thomas.
Welcome, Victoria.
Hello. Thanks for having me, everyone.
You're
so
welcome.
Exciting.
This is exciting.
So excited.
It really is.
Yeah.
Vic, why are you in McCook?
I don't know. Well, I'm here. Well, I obviously play volleyball.
Oh, you play volleyball?
Yeah, you're my coach or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for laying that out. Yep.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to think I'm like a random.
Right. Oh my gosh.
No, you are a VIP.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Which we're going to get into that.
VIP.
But first.
Oh, she's
gosh.
got a warm up.
Here we go.
I do.
Here we go.
So, fun fact about Victoria. Hold on. I need to find a good. What are you doing?
I think that could have been a mute button on my mic, but
no, I don't think so. Did you push it again?
And accidentally, yeah. I put it, and then because it was blinking.
Okay.
I think we're okay now.
I just need to find.
Okay, when they yell her name, like no, where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
And what do they yell during
Houston?
Yeah.
And I don't remember what Jake thought they were.
I remember. It was so funny.
What did he think? Oh my gosh.
He thought it was like something like horrid.
Yeah, really bad.
Oh.
Like, what are they yelling? And I was like, I think it's Houston. He goes, no, it's not. And I was like, I think. And then we figured it out. But yeah.
I don't know. It was funny though when he told, like, because I remember I was at y'all's house.
Oh no, you're working.
Okay,
it's
good.
like really, 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 really hot.
Oh, do you want me to lean back?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Okay,
right there.
I can do that.
Blasting
let's do that.
your
Yeah,
eardrums?
sorry, yeah.
You're fine. We can fix it, kind of. So, okay, Victoria is what you would call a Swiftie, which according to Urban Dictionary is fans who are more than just fans. They obsess over Taylor Swift and know everything about her life and her music. A Swiftie's life goal is to meet Taylor Swift and tell her how much she has changed her life and what she means to you.
This is hilarious.
So,
what? Oh, so you're going to do some
we're going to do some Taylor Swift
trivia.
Okay.
I hope I get these right. It'll be
Yes.
so embarrassing.
So,
if
yeah,
I
because
don't.
Taylor Swift probably
She will be
listens.
changing.
Don't
Yeah.
listen.
She'll change her plans
so
to
this is
visit
12
you.
questions.
Oh no, I'm
You
nervous.
have to complete these
I'm
lyrics.
very nervous. Okay.
Oh, even better lyrics.
Okay.
Yes.
So this song is "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together."
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
And you would hide away and find your peace of mind with some blank that's much cooler than mine.
With some wait, say it again.
And you would hide away and find your peace of mind with some blank that's much cooler
Indie
than
record,
mine.
no?
Okay, indie record is correct.
Good.
Indie
I'm nervous. I'm like thinking way too much about it. Like I know these like the back of my hand.
Okay,
Oh, God.
Haunted. This was a 2010 song. And you just might make me smile, but the whole time I'm wishing he was and he just might make me smile, but the whole time I'm wishing he was
Mine? I don't.
a big burrito, James Dean, a feminist, or you instead.
You instead.
Okay, correct. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's tricky. This is
Okay, shake it off.
Oh gosh.
2014. I never miss a beat, and that's why they don't. Oh, I never miss a beat, blank, and that's why they don't see.
I'm lightning on my feet.
Okay.
And that was too easy.
Another
That
correct
was
one.
easy.
That one was easy. Okay. We're getting somewhere here.
Oh gosh.
Style.
Okay.
Okay. You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that blank and a tight little skirt.
Wait. Say it again.
You got that. I'm trying to sing
I
this.
know. I'm like, come on.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that in tight little skirt.
That it's like I'm trying to like sing it in my brain.
And that good girl faith.
Yeah.
Pretty package.
No.
Come hither stare.
Oh my gosh.
Bad girl vibe.
What's the first one?
Good girl faith.
It's not good girl faith for
Okay.
sure.
Oh, yep, correct.
For sure.
Did you say it is?
It is good. It's like I got that good girl
this
face
is-
in a tight little skirt.
Okay, this is red.
It's about Harry Styles. by the way.
Red.
Red.
Okay. Memorizing him was as easy as knowing all the words to your old favorite song. Fighting with him was like blank and realizing there's no right answer. Fighting with him was like taking a math test, trying to solve a crossword, solving a Rubik's cube, or a multiple choice quiz.
It's the second one.
Trying to solve a crossword?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh my! I wouldn't. I so
See,
far.
she's such a lyrical
I haven't
genius.
Yeah, I don't know any.
Okay, we're just gonna do like two more.
Yeah.
Okay. Better than revenge.
I just listened to this song today.
Okay. She looks at life like it's a blank.
Contest, right? Where is it?
And she's on the list, and she looks at me like I'm a blank. No, okay, that one's actually kind of hard. Let's do a different one. I can't really read that one. Last one.
Yeah.
And then we're going 15. That's how old you are. 15. The song.
Oh, yeah.
When you're 15 and your first kiss makes your head spin around in your life, and you'll do things greater than blank, but I didn't know it at 15. Dating the boy with the football
Dating the
team.
boy on the football team.
Correct. All right. Good
Yes.
job. She knows her
Oh
stuff.
my
I'm
gosh!
Swiftie. I'm going to her concert.
Okay, when?
Yes, April 21st.
We're at.
Houston.
Are you going with anyone?
I'm going with my best friend.
Oh,
I know. We're all big Swifties.
Where's your best friend live?
I'm actually going to go to school with her next year. She lives in San Marcos.
Oh,
Yeah, she goes to Texas State.
That's amazing. Okay, so how long? So to me, best friend means something totally different.
Yes.
So how long have you known your best friend?
I've known Katie, my best friend, for I'm also going with my other friend Casey. We're
Okay.
all best friends,
Okay.
but we played volleyball together whole high school, But we got really close was senior year, which is really weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a whole group.
How old were you when you met her? Like when you first met her?
Oof, it was probably. I mean, I've known her since freshman year.
Okay, yeah, that's
So-
what I'm talking about. Yeah,
But we
that's
were
it.
never close freshman year.
Sure.
But when COVID kind of hit, it was really weird. We just
Where
really
were
started
you when
texting.
COVID hit? Like
I was in Houston.
you were still in high school?
Yeah, I was in high school. Yeah,
Okay,
I was.
that's what
It
I
was
meant.
my.
Yeah, yeah,
I was going into my senior year.
Oh wow, what was that like?
Yeah, it actually. I mean, we had volleyball season the same exact in the fall.
Oh.
Everyone else had it in the spring, but I had mine in the fall.
Okay, so how and why did Taylor Swift change your life?
She's just a lyrical mastermind. That's it. She
Really?
just yes. Her lyrics are just so pure. She just spins words very nicely.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess.
Kobza loves Taylor Swift. I turned her into a
here's the deal.
Swiftie.
Oh.
I don't like old Taylor Swift.
You don't like country?
I don't
Taylor.
like country Taylor
Okay,
Swift.
she likes pop.
Oh god.
I like her pop stuff. Kind
Okay.
of. It's okay.
You don't find that to be a little selloutish, or do you feel like that's her true identity?
I think that's true identity.
Okay. Yeah. I could kind of. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Wow. Now, when Vic was on before, I'm guessing she was with other people,
Yes.
if I can somewhat remember.
Yep.
So maybe we still need to do a little bit of a backstory
Yeah, for
because,
sure.
especially since this is her moment,
Yeah.
her time to shine.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
true.
And then we'll
Yeah.
get into why we actually asked you on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
that too.
So Victoria, what ended up? Tell us about how you ended up getting to McCook to play volleyball at the college.
Yeah. Okay. It was actually really funny because I was talking to you and I was talking to one other college in Chicago, and it was also a JUCO. And we visited that school. I don't think I've ever told you this story. We
No.
planned on going to we planned on visiting.
Yeah.
But then we went to Chicago and we were I'm just gonna go there. So we told you we couldn't make it, when really I was just I'm going to Chicago. We kind of had it all figured out, me and my mom. But then you FaceTimed me. I remember this so vividly because
Yeah.
I was we already talked about it. We're it's because it was gonna be way more expensive to go to Chicago because we would have to pay rent and everything, all the bills and stuff. It was gonna be a lot, but we were it's fine because I thought that was my only offer, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then you called and you said you still wanted to offer me. So I was like, oh, I just thought like because I didn't show up, like you weren't gonna offer me anymore. But then you were like, okay, here's the deal. I'll give you this much money or whatever. And then I was like, my mom was right next to me and she was like, they have dorms and stuff and like it's on campus. I was like, that's true. And then you maybe talk to the girls and I was like, okay. And I think you gave me like a day or something to like decide. And then I was like talking to her. She was like, you should just do it. Like dorms are on campus. It's going to be fine. I was like, fine. And then I said, I'll go. Oh, so we almost didn't make it. Could you imagine?
Oh. I wouldn't have all the wrinkles I have.
Oh, whatever.
Probably true.
Whatever.
Going back, when you decided you wanted to go to college, what did you want to do? Like, do you remember what you wanted to do? Were you just like, I just want to go to college and
like
play volleyball?
Majoring?
Yeah, or like, what did you want to be when you grow up?
I honestly kind of wanted to be like a therapist. Like I was going to go into psychology heavy and like be like a therapist.
Okay, like don't tell us what you want to do now.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Oh, yes.
So,
surprises and secrets. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So when Victoria, so she never came and visited. She just like was like, yeah, let's do this. And I only watched her film. And it was so like, I have the emails still, like, because you can go back and search, which are so funny. Because I'm like, I sent it to my assistant. I was like, she's not bad. Like, she wouldn't be bad, but she's really good. And so when her parents came and dropped her off, she showed up. I was like, she's way shorter than I thought.
Oh.
Which is fine.
Well, you might not have been thinking that at the time. But anyways, moving on.
Like, so I'm like, okay, I hope she can jump high. Like, literally. And then her mom, I was like so excited. And I'm like, her video looks so good. And I'm talking to her mom. She's like, well, I hope she can play well for you if you can get through all of her mental issues.
Stop. No, she didn't.
Yes. And so like immediately right there and there, I'm like,
my gosh.
Challenge accepted, Mom. Like, I'm going to fix her. Like, how bad can it be?
Right.
Like, she's like, I hope she plays well for you. Like, if you get through this.
Mm-hmm. Did your stomach drop a little bit?
A little bit.
Like, what did I just get?
A little bit, but then I was like,
holy head
I was
case.
like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
like, I got her. Like, this is, but then I was like really cocky about it. I was like, she's nothing.
And so when did first of the signs show up?
Please tell me, actually.
I can't even remember when. I think probably at a game or a practice. Like, when was your first stares of confidence, Victoria?
My first stares of confidence. That's interesting. I don't remember. I had to be really upset, though. I probably blacked out. I was probably just so mad. I was just like, whatever.
Like, when I talk about mental issues,
it's more like rage and anger. Is that what we're...
And like no speaking, and like nobody could like.
Oh, that's
so
true.
It's literally like the guy off, like that gets really mad on the movie. What's that movie? Like the little like kids movie when we talk about like Pixar and Disney. You know what? What is it? Or they? It's all the feelings.
Oh, the feelings.
Inside Out.
She's anger. She's anger.
Like literally doesn't talk. She's just.
That's exactly. And like if anybody spoke to her, it just get worse.
Oh,
it's so bad because people would be like trying to encourage me.
They're like,
and it would just like I'd be like I just get so angry. I just like because it's like I'm doing horrible, and yet you're saying, "Yay, you can do this," and I'm like, I'm doing horrible. How can you say those things to me?
Yeah.
Hey,
rough. Yikes. So rough.
Yikes.
And I just remember like Victoria as a freshman, she'd be like in and out for us. Like she'd start a little bit or she wouldn't play just because I was like, I can't deal with this. And like then it got to the point like where we had like have a meeting. I'm like, nobody speaks to Victoria but me.
No.
Because
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because like if anybody spoke to her, it was like
she was off the hinge. Oh, really? Nancy Kerrigan? Oh. Oh my goodness.
Yes. But like during this whole time, like of her attitude and like whether she was on the sideline or not, like her commentating on the sideline, like I would sometimes sit her out just so I could hear her talk.
Oh God.
Because she would just like commentate like everybody's playing like on our team. And it was so funny. Like if we could have mic'd her up, we would have been like famous.
Oh, you missed your golden opportunity.
Yeah,
you had the golden goose and you missed.
You know, like, or if we lost, you know, she'd be like, oh, you know what, you probably should have played me. You know, and just like said things like this. Like I could have got these points. You know what? And I'm like, well, Vic, if you would have a better attitude.
If you weren't, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Right? Is that true? Like I don't remember a lot of our freshman year besides just you going on and off.
Yeah, it was just very inconsistent, and it was just like funny to me because it was just like I don't know. I mean, I feel like I played a decent amount for a freshman, so I was like I'm fine. But then it was like, is it really fine?
Right. I knew Victoria was going to be a great player when it was at our North Platte game when we were there.
Her freshman year?
Her freshman year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came down to like, we lost the first two.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
the first two. It was we
did do that?
we
Yeah.
reverse sweeped them.
We lost the first 2 sets, and then we came back to win,
Beautiful.
which is and it was like the Vic show.
Oh.
And like,
hey,
and when
girl.
Vic is like here, like at the high,
It's beautiful.
get back.
It's just mad. It's magic.
It was beautiful.
Okay.
It was so awesome. And that's when that was that like glimpse of like, there's
Oh,
hope
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to work harder and be a better coach. But we got through the season, which was really rough. That was her freshman season. And then let's tell Lena and the listeners about that
gosh.
conversation at the end of your freshman season, because this is when her career's changed.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. I quit. Fun fact. Like what? It was probably like a
Let's
year
not
ago.
use the word quit.
Okay,
You
fine.
changed
I was gonna come back, but as a manager,
because she wanted to be a
coach. Yeah, it was probably like close to a year ago today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easily, because I was like,
Okay.
we were like through like kind of through like off season and stuff,
Okay.
and then I like just I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't know. I mean, it was
Okay, wait.
hard.
Explain this to me. Explain where you came about this idea that you wanted to coach and not play, which I assume, I'm not as knowledgeable as you all are, that you wouldn't be getting as much. I'm assuming like as a student and as an athlete, you were going to be getting a lot paid for, like with scholarship, dorms, whatever. But as a coach, I wouldn't. Was that part of the package, or what?
Yeah,
Or did you even allow her to go that far into the talks?
Did we? I think we still kind of made a deal. Like,
Yeah.
if she was to come back, like I would still try to help her out with a scholarship. If she was going to be like a really good student manager, she'd still be required to participate. Like if we needed numbers, things
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the reason she wanted to, because she's just like, I mentally just don't think I can do it anymore. And I'm like, oh, I agree.
Right?
You and me both.
I don't
sister.
know if I can
I don't know
either.
if I can do you
Yeah.
anymore. So,
Another year is going to be tough. This is probably easy way out for the both of us.
I don't know how you've done yourself this long.
Yeah.
1 year was enough for me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Okay, I can. Okay, that I can get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, I think I want to be a coach. So like, kind of like thought about that. So she quit, changed positions.
Yeah.
And so then, like we started our preseason practices, and Vic, I still made her practice, and it was disgusting how good she was when it didn't matter.
Yeah, she used to
Like-
get like really mad at me. I would like hit like
like,
really
she
good. She's
would-
like, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, like she would just like be in practice, just having fun, and it was like, and like she would hit. I was so pissed. I'm like, Victoria, tune it down. Like you're not gonna act like that if you're not playing. Like she would just like waylay on all of her teammates, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like,
What?
How good she is.
Was it going from freshman to sophomore, like the level of confidence, or was it truly
it was
like
truly
not
this,
having
like,
to care?
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I'm
just
not-
I was having a lot of fun because like it didn't matter anymore. I was like, woohoo!
yeah,
Like,
I'm the coach. I'm gonna pick on everybody.
yeah,
That's
no
crazy.
pressure.
That is crazy. That's scary to think
Yeah.
about what pressure does
Yeah.
to
and
people.
Like, and so like before this, like when we started and she decided she wasn't going to play anymore, like we were working on a specific skill where she would be tooling off the outside hands and like coaching her and like trying to pep her up to do this. She's very capable of doing it was insane because she'd get so angry. And then she's like, she was trying, but it was a disaster. And then as soon as she decided that she didn't want to play anymore, she was doing it. Like she was tooling
Wow.
beautifully. And I'm like, we worked on this for weeks with your sour attitude and now you can just do it?
Oh my
Because like
goodness.
it didn't matter. And so then, I don't know, we went what?
It was a couple, like it was probably like I would say like late March
Yeah.
or like early April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I sat her back down and I was like,
No, it was I think it was like because we had a break. I think it was spring break, and you're like,
Yeah.
think about it.
Oh, yeah,
and then come back and we'll talk.
yeah, before spring break, I was like, you were too good to quit. Like, once we get through your little brain, you're going to be great. Like, I'm going to give you 7 days to figure this out. And then you get to come back with me with one answer that it's the only answer I'm going to take. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you talk that over with anybody? Or did you?
I mean, I talked to my mom about it for sure. I was like, we were just talking about it. We were like, might as well. It was more of like a might as well.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was like one more year.
What did your parents play any sports? Did your mom play sports?
My father, he threw shot put.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think it's hard for athletes to talk to a parent who may never have played a sport.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest difference from being a high school athlete to being a college athlete?
I would just think it's a lot more responsibility. Like, we have to do a lot more, and it's like, I don't know. It's
what are
just
some
like,
for examples? Like, what do you mean? Like, we have to do a lot more? A lot more what?
It's just, I don't know. I just feel like, because in college, like, these people are all like the top players, like all put together. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
sure.
Cobza grabs the number one from each team, and I'm like, we're all like thrown in, and we're like, okay, this is different. Like,
Okay,
all
sure.
these like everyone's good. You know what I
Right.
mean? Not saying
Right.
that no one was good from my high school, but
Right.
like I'm competing. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
every day I'm going in, and I'm like, someone could like take my spot 100%. So it's like,
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. So Victoria, she came in this year as a sophomore and did really well. She was our top hitter on our team. She was nationally ranked. And one of our biggest things with my program that like I always tell all my recruits, like, if you want to come here, like, you want to go on to play to 4 year. Like, that's what makes us different, because I want to coach players that never want to stop playing. Like, when it comes down to that last game, it's not like you can just give up, because like that's the biggest time recruiters are watching you.
Right.
You know, like, if they want your most recent game, like, is your last game that you ever play at McCook, are you giving your best effort? And that's like one of the reasons I want my players to like to continue on to play. I have made a few exceptions. But like Victoria and I, we talked. She's like, yeah, you know, I want to go on to play. Like, it's got to be a good fit.
Beautiful.
And she came in as a sophomore, did really well. She did have her ups and downs. But she came out and did really well. And when you get players, when you like have, I guess, players that they really, really challenge you to be a better coach. And all my players do that, like all of them.
Good.
And I think one of the biggest things, like, you know, some people will be like, well, you don't treat us like Vic or whatever. But I'm like, you also don't have like the issues or like whatever, like that I'm trying to work through with Victoria. Like, all players are different. And then the fact, you know, like when Vic, she's a phenomenal player. She was our top hitter. So then sometimes you do put forth a little bit more effort. I'll just put that out there with some children.
Well, I mean, there's a way. Yeah, that you're saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying it that way.
I'm trying to like make myself feel better about it, but
right. Well, congratulations on your accomplishments before we go any further.
Thank you
all
so much.
Conference, all region. What else did you do?
Was that it?
But I want to touch on when you said her highs and lows. What were some of the lows you had this year?
Oh, why don't you just go ahead and tell? Why don't you just tell Lena that one low that you had, because I'll never forget it.
Is it North Platte? Which one is it?
North Platte was
one. Okay,
North Platte was a good high. Remember that one in the
No, that was my low. The North Platte at home, the second.
Oh, yes.
That's my lowest ever.
Well, there was that, and then when you yelled at me in the gym.
Wait,
things just got
which
awkward.
one?
I'm sweating.
I might have not.
You tell Lena about the North Platte.
Okay, so well, first, I never yell at Cobza. Let me just clear that up. I love Cobza. That's rude.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Let's get back to that.
Okay.
North Platte was. I have never ever in my life felt as horrible as I did playing North Platte. It was a horrible game for me. Like, I was just going through it. Like, it was just I just couldn't hit in. Like, it was horrible. Like, and I remember like something that like stuck with me so vividly is Cobza was like, you're just like, get the ball in the court. That's it. And then everything I touched like literally like hit the back wall basically. I don't know what was going on with me. It was horrible.
But you know what? Like, that is exactly what kids right now, most high school athletes need to hear. You are going to have bad games.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going to have moments that are just, you question everything about why you are even playing. But you don't quit.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you won't grow to your potential if you don't have that hardship.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't then appreciate how well it is when it is good. But okay, so that's happening. Everything's going out of bounds.
Everything's going
Okay.
horrible.
And what's happening at the end of the game?
At the end of the game?
Yeah. Like what's like, where are you in your headspace? And like,
I was horrible.
She was on a bench.
I was outside of the, like, I couldn't go home. Like, I was like, I packed up my stuff. I went and I couldn't go home. I was sitting like right outside McMillan Hall, like on the bench, like bawling my eyes out. It was horrible. I was so drained, and it was
that's sad.
We still won.
Yeah, we won, but at what cost?
Yeah, but Victoria was not the Victoria show. So
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It was something else.
So one thing that like I really learned a lot with coaching with Victoria. So as a freshman, take this back a year. There was a game where she was having another bad day, and this, like, one of my things I've learned with coaching, and I don't feel like a lot of people do this. They don't, like, coaches don't let their players like battle through their issues
Right.
in the moment.
Right.
Like, they're gonna look great in practice, but like when it comes game time, like if you're not doing it, like Vic at the North Platte game, I'm gonna leave her in there so she can figure it out. Like, she's got to figure out her emotions on her own sometimes and figure out what she needs to do.
Right.
When she was a freshman, I did that to her. And she looked at me and told me to sub her out. And I told her no.
Yep,
I was like, you are staying in this game.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time, like, I was like, you are going to figure this out. Like, I am tired of coddling you.
Yes.
Okay. And after that, some of the players, they came and talked to me, which I try to have a relationship with my players. I'm like, give me feedback, like, if it's going to make our team better. And my players do agree. Like, yeah, like, sometimes players need to learn how to battle out their issues. And whenever I have a player that's like, you pulled me soon after whatever, and I'm like, baby, I let you have 10 serve receivers before I pulled you. Like, go back and watch the film, honey. Like, I let you battle that out. But my players said, I think if a player ever comes to you, coach, and they say they need to be out, you let them out.
Oh.
And I'm like, don't push them. Like, if they know that they're done. And that was Victoria's breaking point. And I was like, you are staying in this game.
Yeah.
And I should have pulled her.
Okay.
Which I think we had to talk about that after
Yeah.
that. So, like, now if I ever have a player that's like, I need to go, I don't even second guess it, because, like, they know. Like, they know that they can't bounce back.
Yeah.
And that was one big thing that I learned with Vic, but all of my players, because, like, that happened to us at regionals this year. We had a player that was like,
oh, yeah. Yeah. 100%.
She's like, take me out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to question her mentality right now, because she has already made the decision she doesn't want to be in.
And like, that's it. Like,
That's it.
if
Like,
you
take
like,
them out.
even if you like say it out loud, like, that's, you
Yeah.
gotta.
Oh,
But
wow.
like, if a player is struggling, like, and they like keep getting aced or hitting the block, like, if they're not, like, if I physically can't see it, I'm letting them stay, because they got to battle it out themselves. Because games are hard. Volleyball is hard. Life is hard.
Right. Exactly.
If you're having a bad day, it's not like timeout.
Yeah. You don't always get to go crawl back in bed like you want to.
Right.
Yeah. That's wow.
Yep.
So what about the yelling situation?
Wait, what is
Remember that day when I was like, you go run stairs of confidence because I don't like your face.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she said she didn't like your face.
Yeah, she always says she doesn't like my face.
Okay, that seems
all
a
the
little
time.
intense.
Because I'm always like, you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, I maybe probably ask her that 100 times too many because
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And she's like, I am fine.
Oh, I do
don't-
remember this actually.
I
Yeah.
don't want you to talk to me.
Yeah. I was like, it was like, but I don't know. Like, I'm just such a different person in practice. Like, it's just like, I just like
She's
literally
psycho.
am like, I just get really like frustrated, and then I just take it out on everyone who's like asking me if I'm okay. And then, because I'm not
Like, if
okay.
anybody, like, so nobody ever asks her if she's okay. Like,
No.
I am the only person. And so I asked her, and she came back, and she told me not to talk to her. And I was like, get out of my gym.
I was, yeah.
Is that what you said, or did you say, or did she have to
I was
run?
like, you can just get out of my gym. I was like, you don't have to do stairs.
Oh.
And I don't think we talked for like 3 days.
Oh.
Maybe 4.
Oh.
We were on a break.
We were,
Yeah. Yeah, which is really weird for me and Copes.
Oh, that makes me so uncomfortable just thinking about
Yes.
It was just,
Oh God.
Mom's
so
going to be
awkward.
so disappointed when she hears this. But
No.
I don't know. I mean,
She needed a moment.
I needed a moment.
No, I don't think you need to say anyone would be disappointed. I think we grow the most in the situations that are most uncomfortable. So that was an opportunity for you to grow immensely. And I don't think you need to doubt like your like character in that moment, because we all, I mean, there's been as adults, as grown women, where we don't always shine to the best of our ability, and you have to step back and be like, not my best self.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I shouldn't, I mean, sometimes, yeah, you can use the word disappointment, but I think when you're young, I think sometimes I think there's two ways to look at it. One, you need to take ownership of it and like try and be the better version. And then two, it's be like, give yourself some grace and be like, hey, you know what? I'm this many years old and I'm figuring out life and I'm a freaking student athlete and I'm going to do big things. And this is just a weak moment. Moving on.
Had a lot of those. But like, even like to this day, like people like all the time will like talk about like stories about like how bad I get. And I just get like, it's just so embarrassing to hear it. Cause it's just like, that's not me. Like I wasn't raised that way, but it's just like, I don't know. When you're frustrated, like you just say things that like you genuinely don't mean. And it like, it's like sucky, like through and through.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're just going to touch this a second. Okay. What is the alternative choice?
Like alternative to being frustrated?
Huh. Good question.
I genuinely don't know.
Like, is there a stage of peace that you can find before you go to that level of like, gray? I mean, like before you get there, like
it was.
How can you? Because you're getting an opportunity to start over, start new.
Yeah.
And if you don't like who this is and you don't like that side or the stories, when you're moving on, next step, next place, next school, what can you do different? Oh, is there a story there? Okay, great. Oh, great. Okay. Well, all right.
We have a lot of stories.
Anyway, so we got through. Okay. Well, so we got through it. Like moral of the season, we probably. I think Coach Hannah and we talked about this. I think Victoria had 2 bad games compared to like 15 as last year. And when I say like bad games, like where it was just like, she's not here.
Yeah.
We need to let her have her moment.
Okay.
And she was perfectly okay with that. Like she knew it was her time and like her mentality was way better when it came down to like the end of the season. Like she was one of our strongest, mental players. And I think she ended up being a player that people could look up to. Mm-hmm. And, but after the end of the season, this is like when we're kind of talking about like, during season we work on our players and moving on the whole time and like doing film, and Victoria wasn't getting her film up. So I knew immediately there was something going on there. And, by the end of the season had to like sit down, talk with her. And she basically was like, you can tell Lena what you told me. We'll see if we remember the same story.
Yeah.
Do we remember the same story?
I don't know. Why? Yeah, go.
Well, I mean, like, just talking about, like
going on to play.
I didn't want to immediately. I knew. Mm-hmm. I've, like, obviously, like, we said that, like, we'll try and find, if we find, like, a good school, like,
the right fit.
Like, like we said the whole entire time, we're like, I don't, like, don't find, like, genuinely, like, don't go out of your way, like, to, like, find me, like, somewhere random. Like,
okay.
Like, if I'm going to go somewhere, like, it had to be, like, good. Like, we both had to, like, agree on it. It was, like, if it was meant to be, it was going to be meant to be, And
because she wanted to end on a high note. She wanted to end, like, with a good, positive environment, herself in a positive spot. And she's like, otherwise, I want to coach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, okay, that's really hard for me to say no to. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I mean, you might say doctor, and I'll be like, yep, nope, you're still going on to play. Mm-hmm. If you want to coach, completely different story. And I get it after having coached her now for 2 years, like why I'm not saying I changed her or anything, but like I would probably also want to end like on a good positive spot. Like, because when you go to a new coach, it's tough. Like,
I can't imagine.
Like we have this relationship. Now she's got to go find somebody else that's going to understand her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, talking to other coaches about Vic, I'm like, I know I talked to a coach at AVCA about her, and I'm like, she's special. Like, you have to trust her, and you have to be able to like really trust her, and she's got to trust you. I'm like, she's a tough kid, but she's great. So you got to find the right person for her to go to. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want to do that. She just wants to coach and wants to end on a good positive note. And then that brought us into the AVCA, American Volleyball Coaches Association, sent out an email that they were doing these scholarships for players that wanted to be a coach in their future.
Oh, beautiful.
And so, like, you can do this scholarship, and you're a presentation player, basically. So you come in, and you're the player that helps present all of the...
Oh, their videos and all the...
Yeah,
is
all
that
the all the videos and the on-court stuff. So, like, you could apply if you wanted to be a coach in your future.
Okay.
So I had Victoria apply and a few other my players that want to be coaches. Uh-huh. And Victoria ended up getting it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Super crazy. I know.
Super crazy. So I'm like, okay, like if you go there and somebody wants you, you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch a ton of those videos.
Yeah. So yeah, Victoria.
Will be.
You can see me.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. So, which is super cool. So they pay for your room.
Yeah.
and-
Okay, so
It was super cool.
okay, explain this to me though, because you said you're going to go on, right? Like you're going to be living with your. Or we said that.
I'm gonna go to Texas State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what does the scholarship pay, or what does? Explain
so the
that.
scholarship
yeah,
was
it
for
was
American volleyball.
Just for
so
that.
the
Okay,
convention.
that's
Yeah,
okay. That's
yeah.
what I want to make. They're two
Yep.
separate things.
Yeah,
like going
yeah,
on to
yeah.
school and this. Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear on.
So
okay.
we're trying to, try to partner up. Maybe Texas State will listen to this.
Yeah,
Because
fingers
I'm like,
crossed. Hello. I can be a manager or something.
Yeah,
Like,
something.
just get me in there.
Oh my gosh. I think
Jeez.
this is the third one that she has like belched on. Okay. Like, oh my
gosh.
god.
it's the Alumni.
It's the classy class what Maywood brings to the table.
Anyways, yeah. So I've been trying to get in touch with them to see if they would take on a little minion.
Don't sit up straight. My
I know,
mic is so
I'm sorry,
low.
'cause I don't
Low.
know.
I gotta like hover.
I don't know what's happening.
You're
I feel like I
fine.
need to stick my boobs out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun and exciting. Okay, so what are you doing with your schooling? Like what are you going to finish with? What's your
Like, I'll go. I'm gonna go into communications, and then I'm a minor in coaching. They have
Okay.
they have a
Oh,
coaching
wow.
minor.
Oh gosh, did
Yeah.
you do communications too?
I did.
Oh, good.
I just want to be Covza, basically.
Do you? Don't. If I have to go through Jolt and Joe's in order of Vic or Victoria, I'm
Yes,
gonna lose.
totally.
Oh my gosh! In 2
mind.
years,
Have
it
to
is
make
Stop.
happening.
No, it
Yes.
is not
The
happening.
Coves and the Vic.
yes.
Yes.
That's
I will be-
so
okay, yeah.
happening.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so if it is
Okay.
happening, what is it? What's your flavor? What?
But you have such like you have like
Hers
the,
is so good.
that's like that would be like low-key like my go-to. Like
Yeah.
it's
Okay,
really
no,
good.
but you get to make anything. What
I
is
would-
it?
to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I would do probably like it would be like an ice. It would have to be like oat milk. I would want cinnamon in there. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm allergic, so.
So yeah, just
Oh,
completely.
you know
She
what?
can't
I
have
like
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
She can't have it. Lots of cinnamon, please. Cinnamon
that is
infused
so
ice
beautiful.
cubes.
Something with chai in it.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm loving
yes.
this.
I'll probably do like a dirty chai. Honestly,
Yes.
I love dirty chais.
Okay.
So it'd probably be like an iced dirty chai with
Yes,
cinnamon on
with
top.
cinnamon top. Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Like-
Victoria. That sounds like a Victoria. That sounds. Yeah. Or the
Come on,
Victoria.
John Joe's.
spicy.
Yep, here we
Sponsor.
go.
2 years.
If you get one before I do, which probably will happen, that's still very upsetting.
Okay,
That's
so
funny.
fun story about Victoria, and I think if we do have any young listeners, this is a really good story, and I think you need to tell people. Not a story. This actually happened. Victoria was not a good volleyball player
Oh, true. Yeah, that's actually really true.
back in the day, like when she was in high
High
school.
school, yes.
Okay, so tell Lena what happened. Like, what was it that was said to you that made you completely like
Yeah.
put forth 100% effort in
Yeah.
volleyball?
It
This
was-
is like
yeah,
you're
it's-
gonna wish like
I'm
you're gonna
I'm
sit,
gonna
like,
okay,
sit down
yep,
and make your girls
yep.
listen to this.
Oh yeah, they will be. Yes. Okay. Go.
Okay, so it was probably my sophomore year. It was my sophomore year in high school, and we were playing this. It was a pretty rough game for like my high school team. Like we were like ahead. It was like I remember it was like we had game point for like, and they were like 15, and they came back and they won, and like that was it. It was like really embarrassing, and like one of our really good girls, like she was like the star player.
She signed Division 1.
Yeah. So for like she's really, really good. Like really good. I'll show you later.
Okay.
She we have something called a powwow, which is like you sit in a circle and you just basically talk crap about each other. Like say like everything. Yeah, that's like pretty horrible. Like it was really like rough.
Directed by your coaches? Or
No.
you guys just
Our
did
coaches
this? Oh,
our
okay.
coaches weren't in there. It was
I
like
that idea. Okay, got it.
she was like, let's go in the classroom. We're just like, it was after the game, like we were still in our jerseys and everything.
Okay.
She was like, let's go, like we're gonna like hash this out or whatever. And we were like, I was like a sophomore and they were like seniors. I was like, I don't know what this is. And then they just started going in on each other, and I was just like what is this? And then she told me, she was like, yes, like she was like, I vaguely remember it, but like it was along the lines of like yesterday, like you hit like 5 balls out in a row, and it was just like, and I don't know, it's just like hearing someone that's like so good like say that like you aren't good. It was just like completely like mind-boggling. I was like what am I doing? Like what am I doing on varsity? Like I was like rethinking everything, and I was like, well, and then I was like okay, well I have like 2 options. I can quit or I mean, she was a senior, she was gonna be gone next year. I was like, so someone someone has to be like good, like someone has to fill that spot. So I was like, I did so many privates that like after that, like my dad, like we signed up for like this really good like athletic thing. It was like all types of things, like it would be like, I don't even know, it was like a gym kind of, and like it was like footwork stuff and everything like that. Like they would have like
did some research. There's videos of Vic like
is
jumping
really?
workaux.
Oh, I need to see this.
Yeah, like they are like, you know those videos. It's like, oh, like come join this gym and like to become an athlete. Like that's what she was doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
goodness.
very intense. Like it would be like 40 minutes of like sprints and everything of like footwork, and then like 30 like. You would have like 15 minutes for like your like sport. Like they would like take you to the corner and like you would like do whatever. Yeah. And
okay.
then after,
And this is why she does no hustle in college anymore, because she's like been there, done that.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And then after that, you would do like 30 minutes of like the weight room. Like they would just have you like do weights and stuff. And it was just like I did that. I think I did that like every day for like a long time, like until like COVID hit. Like it was like I did that, and then like I also had 2 private coaches. Like one for passing and stuff, and then like one for just straight up hitting, and like I would do that at least like a couple of times a week. It was I worked my butt off, and then I got somewhere.
What percentage of your brain, body, mind thought towards leaning towards quitting?
I mean, it was like never really quitting. It was just like I just didn't know like what to like. It was just really hard to hear that.
Sure, yeah.
Like
I can't imagine.
You know,
yeah.
It was just like
That's what
I was
you
just
guys
like,
will
what
be
do I
saying
do?
about me after league?
Okay.
It
It was just more of like what do I do in this moment? Like I just have to get better, I guess. And
Good
like
for you.
fill in, like you know what I mean? Like she wasn't gonna be there. Like she was really good, and I was like,
how many times in your high school career did you change positions?
Actually freshman year I was a middle.
Okay.
Funny, I was like on the freshman team, I was a middle, and then my high school coach, she brought me in on varsity, and she like turned me into a right side like immediately. She was like, I don't want you as middle, you're right side. And then when I got like good, she put me on the outside.
Okay.
And then that was really it. I played all 3 in the front row.
So how many athletes, when you have coming in as freshmen, think they already know what they're going to play?
All of them. And then I just mix them around like a game of bingo. And then they get so angry.
Yes.
But I'm like, it's not about you. Like,
yes.
It's different. So like freshmen, I think of like my freshmen, I move around for the betterment of the team.
Right.
When you're a sophomore, it's for the betterment of you. Like what is going to be the best for you to go on?
Okay.
Like where are you going to excel the most? Like if I, like, yeah, you want to be an outside, but babe, like I promise, like you're going to get better options in the middle. Like we're going to do that. And sometimes I'll make those suggestions to players, and they'll be like, no, I want to stay on the outside. I'm like, okay, well, you really got to go. Like you got to put forth a lot of effort. Because again, our goal is to get them on to a 4-year school.
Right.
So,
but you obviously still have your intention to win and have a successful season. So how does that coexist?
So like with when we're evaluating our freshmen coming back, and so I'm like, okay, like for you to like go on to play, I think like we've had you on as an outside this year, but I think you need to be a middle. We get that whole preseason, the spring schedule to make them better. Oh, okay. And but then they also, that is the time that they make themselves better.
Got it.
So
okay, thank you.
Because then they know like, okay, I'm switching you to a middle, but we've also recruited 3 middles. But you get this 5 months with us, and they don't. So like, but if they come in and they're better than you, and you didn't work this hard in this 5 months, that's on you.
Right.
Like we're gonna give you all the steps, but like we can't push you to be the best. Like that's got to be something that you want to do.
Okay, Vic. So you're gonna coach.
Yeah.
That's your dream, and you have a player just like you.
Oh, jeez.
You poor thing.
Poor me. I wouldn't even know.
You have to answer the question.
I mean, I don't know. I would kind of like, I don't know. I already know a lot from you, so I feel like I would just like, you would just have to let them like battle it out. Like you can't, like there's like genuinely nothing you can do to like, nothing, like you can say things, but like, are they really listening to you when they're that upset?
Right.
And then when they're that angry? So it's either you take them out if like you see them like they just can't do it, or you just let them have their moment and hope for the best.
You've grown a lot just knowing that. Like, are they even listening when they're that upset?
Yeah.
Do you believe the stairs of confidence helped you at all?
I don't know. I think it was like, because you remember the first time I did it for like 40 minutes because like I wouldn't like.
What?
You wouldn't change your face?
I wouldn't change my face. Like, yeah, she was like, I obviously could have stopped if I was like, if I got happy, I guess, out of nowhere.
She was
but like,
so angry.
I just didn't. And I did it for a long time. It was all of practice. Like, y'all were breaking down and I was still doing it. And I was still on the stairs.
It changed her.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember one time though,
Mm-hmm.
she was throwing a fit
Mm-hmm.
this year. And you had the beach ball.
Dude, I think
Because
we were
I
just
made-
talking about that the other day.
Oh, you made her carry it? No, wait.
Well,
What?
yeah, because I usually make them carry
Yeah,
a
the-
45-pound
mhm.
plate,
Yeah, I
but like
remember
she
this.
just grabbed a beach ball, and she was kicking it up the stairs and grabbing it like a small child. And I think Letty was there watching her, like, "Oh, hi, babe," like giving her high fives every
Yeah.
time. And I'm like,
You know what? Just don't associate with her right now.
I'm
Okay,
just
let's
like,
just
you know
go
what? I'm
over
just gonna
here.
let her
and-
play
yeah.
with Letty, and she can act like a child. For this.
Oh, no wonder you guys are getting along so well right now. Oh,
Me and
that's
Letty
awesome.
to the end. That's my girl.
Yeah, yikes.
Oh, and you wonder when
Oh.
you talk about Letty, when you say things about way she behaves, you just allow this relationship to foster and blossom.
Letty's she
Yeah.
loves me now.
Yeah.
She really does.
Bick.
That's what she calls me.
Oh,
Big.
some of those letters, they're tough when you're little.
They are.
Yeah.
Because
The V-
sometimes she'll
the V
say it and
must
it's
be-
like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. So, what other fun?
Okay, well, I just can't wait. So she had to send a letter. She had to actually
Yeah,
address,
she had to-
mail it out. She's part of that
No,
group.
it was actually all online. It was all an online thing.
What?
Wait, are you talking about my class?
Yeah.
No, she's
Oh,
not in
I'm
my
not
class.
in the class.
Oh,
I'm
she's not in the
the
I was just,
Oh,
I was
okay,
just
that's-
telling her about it.
Oh, okay.
And
So
Yeah.
I
she was like,
I thought like,
what's
oh,
a
'cause I was
pen pal?
like,
That sounds
Oh.
so familiar.
Well,
That's
it did
so
sound
funny.
familiar when I read it. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds right.
oh, beautiful.
Vic, what's your funniest memory from volleyball?
Oh my
at
god.
McCook.
No, there's one of you that I really like.
Oh.
It was last year. I was throwing a fit, obviously, in practice. And, like, you just looked at me and you're like, think of puppies or something. You're like, just stop thinking about volleyball. And I was like, what?
Let's throw dogs
I was
in the
like,
mix.
okay.
Those sweet little fluff butters
Why
that
not?
just
Yeah.
soften you up.
I was like, okay, let's think about puppies. Interesting. In the middle of practice, you just, like, you gave me, like, the ugliest face, too. You're like, think of, like, anything else. It was really funny.
Did you ever find an uglier side of yourself dealing with some of it?
I don't think so.
You were always so composed.
Would you never
try.
just come unhinged and just be like,
I think I've only come unhinged one time.
With me?
No, not with
Oh,
you.
okay, good.
With the previous player, and like after that, I'm like, you can't do that. Cannot do that.
well, people can.
They
People
can.
do.
Yeah, people.
You just
do.
chose not
yeah,
to.
I just chose.
You just,
I'm like,
that's
yeah,
not who you want to be.
Not. Yeah, I did it once, and I think I felt like I took 2 weeks to like prepare and mend a relationship.
Oh.
That
Got it.
words can. Oof. So with Vic, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I think it probably. I had players question like my integrity on like who I was playing, but like nope. It's really tough until you've actually coached, and like when you have a player that is like the player that like is helping you win, it's really hard to be like, yeah, you know what, I don't like her attitude, and since you guys don't like her either, let's sit her on the bench and we'll just lose. You know, that's tough for me because I like to win, and I will play the players that we need to win. That's what it comes down to. And I know like sometimes it questioned my integrity, and players were like, well, she never would pull Vic out, and I'm like, well, babe, when like Vic is the highest nationally ranked hitter on our team, she can hit a few to the back wall.
Oh, gosh. More
Does
than
that
you.
make sense?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't play a few games this year, right?
Well, I mean, you like sat me out, yeah. But like, I don't think I ever like not played one.
Like we had a really good team this year.
We did.
And like so, but the craziest thing about like when like we would switch up like the lineup, and it's like, you know what, this is gonna be a little bit easier game. We're gonna switch out a few players to get some other people the possibilities. Shit would hit the fan.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
We couldn't score points. We couldn't win. Like we'd lose sets, and it was like, what? Like we switched 3 people, ladies. Like and then you switch it back to the A team and we win. And it sucked because like I wanted other people to play.
Right.
Because like Vic is a right side, and like with our the offense that we had, you only get one. And so it was like she was the only right side that ever got to play. And then we'd switch it up, and it was like, why can't we win? Like you guys are all like all my players are great players. And as soon as you switch them back to the normal team, they'd win. And it was like, so like we had some losses because.
So what do you contribute that to their maturity and ability? I mean, like, is that a like how does that, I don't know. What's going on there?
I think like, of course, like you don't switch up all 6 people.
Right.
But I think it's like, it's the trust of the people on the court. So like, like if you switch out an outside for a different outside and like your setter doesn't trust, like if players can tell if you don't trust them on the court. And I think it was maybe a trust issue. I don't know. Like I remember multiple games and I was like, what is happening, ladies?
Right.
We've tried this in practice. Like you guys know how to play with everybody on this team. Why can't we do it when we compete?
Yeah.
And that was tough. And I don't know. And so we just didn't do it.
Yeah, it was like tough for me too. It was like, cause it was like, it's just that like you're stuck on the court like with like my team, and it's just like, it's hard to like not like it just feels really bad when you can't accomplish like do it for like the other people. Like I wanted everyone to go in, and it really sucked when like they couldn't because we weren't doing our job. Right. It's just and then you don't know why either. It's like. Yeah. It's just something like just feels so off on the court, and you're just like, what? Like it just sucks.
I think I want anyone listening to this right now, one on the joke side, to count the likes that are said during this podcast. Let me tell you, we are hitting record numbers today.
Oh, that's all me. That's my favorite word.
No, I use
I say it?
You have been today, and I think it's just from hearing it.
It's me. It's like and literally are my favorite words.
I say literally all the time. I do too. And so does Letty now. She's like, literally.
I have to.
Actually.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good one.
And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm watching or what I'm, like, because you absorb so much of that, and that language becomes yours. But yeah, so that, and just the don't quit, or just like, see, there we go. Another like.
The lie.
It's like, get through it. So many young people have so much to learn from those who have already done it, and to accept that actually coaches do know what they're talking about and trust the process. And for so many people, they don't want to have it to be a process. They want the end game. They want the end result, and they're not willing to work to get it there or struggle, because sometimes it's a struggle. Speaking of struggle, okay. Wow, this was really... I've always admired watching Vic play, and it's been, I really have. And you have a presence, and I think that's a rarity in itself. So the fact that you get to bring that to coaching is going to be huge for the players that have the opportunity to work with you.
I'm excited to come back with Kobza. We're going to have the dream team.
I forgot to say that. She's coming back in 2 years.
Coming back in 2
why
years.
Would you not?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's not to love about McCook and Cobes, and then you'll have your Victoria at Joe's, and I'll still be waiting for my drink. I don't even know what I would name it. Cool.
We'll talk to them for you.
Okay, so we talked before we got on air about Manifest.
Yes.
Because we got to talk about like what you're watching.
Oh my gosh, yeah. What are you watching?
Are you through it?
No,
have you
she
watched it?
doesn't
I'm not a big show person.
She's a smut reader.
Kobza, do not say these things online.
Oh,
I am
it's
actually.
Okay, so what are you currently reading?
Right now, I'm reading. It's called. Oh, let me pull it up. It's on my phone.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called.
You're not reading it on your phone.
I am reading on my phone actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do both. It's called Dating Dr. Dill, and it's like it's actually pretty good right now. Like I wasn't really into it at first.
Okay, all right. Next,
hey,
everything about the title is making me feel uncomfortable, and
she said dill.
I know
Dr.
what she
Dill.
said.
Yes,
there's a lot of things you
like
can associate.
Pickle.
Yep, I know. That's why we're stopping. Next.
No, actually, all the girls come in my room and like, I need a book. And they just I have like a little like thing
One
of
of the
books.
girls was talking about a book that
Oh no.
What? Who?
Anna, when she's
today?
Like, that book that she borrowed from you, and she's like, what did she say? She's like, then I went to weights, and it was just like
oh no.
Steamy.
Oh girl.
Like, so
Stop.
Yeah, the girls would come in my room and be like, I need a book to read now. Just like bookshelves over there, girls.
Oh.
I'm like the library basically.
Smut books.
Well,
I'm smut books.
Yeah,
yes.
There's librarians, and then there's the library. Yikes!
Oh gosh.
Oh god,
that's funny.
Are you listening to any good podcasts?
Besides,
of course.
Presently, yes, of course. Good job.
I used to actually like really like podcasts. Like I used to listen to them a lot. I sometimes listen to like them to go to sleep. Like I'll just put it on. So
Hopefully
I can
not
listen.
this one, because
Definitely
hopefully you're
not.
laughing so hard
No.
you can't fall asleep.
Yeah. No, yeah. This
Okay.
one has my full attention always.
Caffeine of choice.
Oh, are you watching anything?
Oh, let's see. I'm on Bridgerton season 2 right now.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I'm trying to get through
Yes.
that. And oh my
Did
gosh.
you listen to the soundtrack?
Well, you told me about it, but I will.
We'll
I'll listen
on
to
the way
it.
back.
Yeah.
So good.
Actually, I'm watching The Last of Us. It's on HBO Max, and it's like based off of this like really cool video game, but it's really really good. It's like kind of like zombie apocalypse kind of,
Okay.
and it's like y'all should really watch it. It's
Nope,
like
can't. HBO Max. It's out of my budget.
Oh,
That's way out of my price. Yeah.
Kabuzo will lend you hers.
I actually do have HBO Max. But
See?
What?
It comes out every Sunday. I say everyone watch it. The
Oh,
Last of Us.
Okay.
It's really really good.
Okay. Caffeine of choice. Sorry.
Caffeine of
nose.
choice. I'm all over. I'm not a big like I'll stick to this one. Like I'll drink Alani's, coffee. Honestly coffee I feel like it doesn't really boost me up. It's just something to like
Yeah.
good to drink. Like I've never drank like coffee and been like, oh yeah.
Do you drink soda?
Energized. Celsius?
Soda.
Soda? I drink Coke Zero only.
Coke Zero, so good.
Coke Zero is so good.
So good.
Mhm.
I'm really off the Coke. I mean, I'm really off soda right now. But if like, and I really have to be in a mood, because if not, it's just like way too sweet, even a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
But when a Coke Zero is good, it is so good.
All my friends were like, we got to pick up a Coke Zero before we do anything.
Yeah,
And it's just
literally, it's
li-
like the best.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yes.
At Buc-ee's.
Love
What other
Buc-ee's.
questions do we have for?
I think this is.
Oh, leave us with a quote.
Leave us with. Oh, you should have told me. I would have prepared something good.
Well, no, you just have to go with something off
Yeah.
the top of your head.
Even when all things hit the fan, just know it will eventually get better.
Is that a Taylor Swift song?
I could do a little Taylor Swift in there. I can. Start.
You know what? Do a trade. I
Yeah,
feel like we
let's-
need.
yeah,
yes,
do a
it's
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Let's see.
lyric.
Let me think. Oh gosh, I can't even think of any anymore. Taylor. See, when I think about it, it's just
It's called the Swiftie Panic.
Yes.
Is what
It
it is.
like
That's
really
exactly
is.
what it
It's
is.
real. It's
Yeah.
real. It's like the pandemic, but worse.
Mhm.
I don't know, guys. I have
Okay,
to think.
last thing. Okay.
Wait. I have a whole like notes app of all my Taylor Swift lyrics. That are my favorite.
Oh.
I can throw something in there. Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay, take your time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Y'all can talk about something else.
You know, no, I feel like.
Yep. We're gonna.
Oh, y'all are just gonna wait.
Okay.
Are we?
I can't find.
Hustle it up, because then we're gonna
Oh,
finish
okay,
with one
okay,
thing.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got.
One more thing, and
Wait,
then we're gonna
okay.
go. Okay, come on. And go.
It's gotta be good. It's gotta be meaningful.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Or
Just
not.
us
Okay, we can do this one. It's just cute. Well, no, it's not. It's actually really sad.
Okay.
It's you kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. So. Ooh,
I thought you
know.
said cut, but you said kept.
Yeah,
you kept me like a secret.
but I kept you like an oath. Like, yeah, I know.
So hurtful.
Yes,
Yikes.
that one's kind of deep. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
That's
Like,
I'm
so-
still thinking about
I
it.
want to punch every high school boyfriend I ever had just because of that exact thing.
See, she
I do.
knows.
That is, yes, I do know.
Oh,
I don't have a lot of good like pre-Jake experiences. That is like,
Wow. Yep.
Okay, and since we started with gratitude and thankfulness, let's end with it.
That's
So,
beautiful.
first person on the top of your head, who do you just want to thank today?
I would like to thank my mom, of course. She's always the first person that comes to my head.
oh, that's so beautiful.
She's such a sweetie pie. I just talked to her today, so we were talking about this podcast. She was like, "Don't stutter," and I was like, "Okay, Mom, thanks."
Mom, she did good.
Yeah,
She did
good
real
job.
good.
Mom did a good job raising
how
me.
often do you talk to your mom?
Very often.
What does that mean in your day and age of communication styles?
We text a lot. Like if we're not calling, like we'll text, but like usually we don't go more without like a little over a day without like talking.
Okay.
We're pretty close. We're like this.
Adorable.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that was a good episode.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh my gosh.
Just to make sure everyone knows I'm sick.
Oh,
gosh.
God. I feel like
Talk about dramatic.
no
You
joke.
think I'm dramatic?
No, I've met dramatic. Believe me. Oh, Lee, jeez.
All right. Well, awesome episode.
So good.
Thanks
So
for
good.
having me.
Yep.
Loved
And-
having you.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks,
babe.
guys.
Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy. I'm your host, Haley Copsa.
And I'm still Lena.
I'm Vic.